Hi, my name's Adam. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to talk about the first year and a half of retirement and what to expect. And this is more of a psychological viewpoint. There's lots of videos out there on money and cash flow and all that. We've done a lot of that, when to pull CPP and OAS and a lot of that kind of financial means to retirement. But again, that first 12 to 18 months, it's going to be far more psychological for you than financial. Hopefully you've kind of mapped out financial. There's going to be some tweaks and whatnot along the way, obviously. But the psychological side of it, and this was driven to me over the weekend for Thanksgiving weekend that we just had here in Canada. And I was talking to my father-in-law who retired just over a year ago, and just talking to him about his experience, what he's going through and all this. And he gave me some good insight and it really hit home. So I want to kind of share this with you because I think, and I know, it will help a lot of you that are either close to retirement or even early into retirement. And the three phases that you're going to expect and come across in that first, could be few months, but definitely first 12 to 18 months of retirement, there's three key phases that you're gonna go through. And I wanna walk through that in this video. So let's jump into it. Phase one is that honeymoon phase. And that's kind of it's just like marriage. It's the first maybe few weeks or few months of being married. Very similar to the first few months of being retired. And that is this overwhelming joy and just like the world is just like you're on a cloud. It's very exciting. It goes by very fast, obviously. And you just feel like a new person. So expect this honeymoon phase early on. And this is, again, typically weeks, maybe it's a month or two past hitting that retirement phase. Again, you're able to sleep in. You don't have to go to work anymore, pack lunches, do all these things that you're very routine to do for many, many, many years. The honeymoon phase, it won't last long, just like it doesn't in marriage if you've ever been married, but make sure to enjoy it. Those are times where you're on that cloud, enjoy the cloud, ride it as long as you can, but it does end. That's why I typically recommend when you hit retirement, plan a trip, do something, have something scheduled. So that first few weeks or even that first month of retirement, you're busy doing something that you've dreamed of doing because you're already up on the cloud. Go do something that you're going to enjoy doing as well. So as you kind of come down off that honeymoon phase, you've been able to enjoy it. It's only going to happen once. Hopefully for most of you, you don't want to retire more than once. So enjoy that honeymoon phase, line it up so that you're doing something, you're enjoying something. Maybe there's something on that bucket list that you've been dreaming of doing for 10, 15, 20 plus years. That's a great time to do it in the honeymoon phase. Maybe it's that big trip. Maybe you just come straight out of the gate and do that big trip where you make that purchase or whatever it is. But plan something for that honeymoon phase because you don't want to let that emotional high just kind of evaporate without taking advantage of it. The second phase of retirement is the realization phase. And this is quickly off the honeymoon phase. So you're up, cloud nine, and then it crashes. And it's a realization that you don't go to work anymore. You don't talk to your colleagues, your friends, your coworkers. You don't get that satisfaction through accomplishing things through work. And you're spending more time at home maybe. And it just, you're realizing that, oh shoot, like everything that's brought me kind of accomplishment in life is no longer there. And this is why I talk about, for a lot of you, volunteer or part-time work when you hit retirement is going to be very important. Now, again, it's nice to have that honeymoon phase blocked off. So if you're gonna retire and then go back and work part-time or do something, volunteer or something like that, you wanna make sure that honeymoon phase is kind of blocked off. Enjoy that time. But when you hit that realization phase, a lot of that is you need to fill yourself up. You need to feel accomplishment. I think a lot of us need to feel accomplished, and that's why we work and go to work, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We want to feel that accomplishment. Now, some of us go to work only because we need a paycheck. But a lot of you do enjoy your jobs. You enjoy what you do. You enjoy continuing to learn. You enjoy your coworkers and all that. And this realization phase is the realization that that's all gone. So if that's you and if that's really kind of beating against you, look to find a volunteer position using your skill set. Look to work part-time. Maybe go back to work in what you were doing in a part-time basis. And that's, when I was talking to my father-in-law about this, he's gone back. So he's an automotive instructor, 4th year, high-level automotive instructor. And so, of course, the transition from ICE cars to electric vehicles is happening. And so he wants to be top knowledge in the EV market as well. So what he's done is he's gone back and taught a few courses at the college in EV. So it allows him to educate himself on EV. It keeps him connected to his colleagues, to teaching, gives him a bit of travel money along the way. So it's been a great resource for him to go back and just teach 3-4 weeks out of the year in a course where he's actually pushing himself a bit further. So he's learning new content in the EV space and then he's teaching it to the students. So again, it's kind of checked a lot of boxes for him and it's kept him connected to the college, to his coworkers, and to the tools and the equipment that he needs to use day in, day out as well. So it's been a great resource for him. So what's yours? As you hit this realization phase, how are you going to transition into streamlining that? Is it going back part-time? Is it, no, I'm completely done, but I need to fill that void with something? So you need to create more of a social atmosphere around you. Join clubs. Maybe it's pickleball, maybe it's whatever. There's a lot of options out there, but when you hit that realization phase, it's going to be an eye-opening experience for you, because you're going to come off the high of that honeymoon phase. It's going to hit that realization phase, and you need to transition. You need to make change to make sure that you can kind of find some stability within that. And that brings us to the third and final stage, which is the stability stage. And this is kind of past that realization phase. You've figured it out. You've gone back to work part-time, or you're volunteering, or you've joined clubs, or stuff to fill that void. And you find that there's more peace, there's more flow. And again, I've talked about this in other videos where you want to fill your calendar. You want to have structure to your day. Don't be that person that retires and just never sets an alarm and sleeps until whatever time and then has no plans for the day. You don't want to be too busy, obviously. You want to enjoy life, but create some structure, create some flow, create some stability in your overall world, day to day, week to week, and month to month. If you don't start putting things in your calendar, it's going to feel very empty, and you're going to find yourself wasting away a lot of time. And again, all of you have a skill set of some sort. Keep using that skill set. Keep moving your body, keep doing the things, keep filling your calendar. These 3-4 things will really help you as you enter through retirement. We see it all the time. We have a client that's a teacher. So they've gone back and volunteered in classrooms where they used to teach, just helping out. They know there's a shortage, they need them help, all that. Again, we had a client yesterday who's a registered nurse, and she said, look, Adam, I'm retiring, but there's such a need and I enjoy what I do. I just don't want to do it full time. So I'm going to go back casual here and there and pick up a few shifts, stay connected with my colleagues, keep my mind going, and help avoid that there. Like, there's a huge shortage for nurses right now. And again, a lot of nurses are retiring because they're burnt out. But what if you could have that honeymoon stage, reset, and then go back on a casual basis? Think outside the box sometimes. To create stability in retirement, remember, it's a new phase of life. You've never gone through this before. So sometimes you need to think outside the box to create kind of that foundation and stability for your retirement going forward. So there's your 3 phases of retirement. And again, this is the first 12 to 18 months, even maybe a bit quicker than that for a lot of you. And if you've experienced these or more phases of retirement, write those below. Again, you're going to go through the honeymoon phase, you're going to go through the realization phase, and then the stability phase. And hopefully that stability phase, you find that sooner than later. And hopefully it's by month 12 to 15. And then you have a bit more common and flow to your retirement going forward from there. So thanks so much for joining us in this video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We release a couple new videos every single week on financial retirement, tax, and estate planning for you. So we're trying to help you out and educate you guys going forward. So thank you again. We'll see you in the next one.